Hello all, welcome to the Happy Nessa 1111 channel, where we are committed to happiness, connectedness, and being you, authentically and unapologetically. Alright, Taylor, come say hey, so at least people can know who's in the background since you're not being quiet. Come here. I'm going to let y'all say hey to Tay-Tay, Miss Taylor, that's our 3-year-old. She's out here. I'm in the backyard for the first time since I've been recording my regular videos. So come say hey, Tay-Tay. Señorita, vamos. And it's going to be a quick hey. You already did your little cooking video earlier. Come here. Put your popcorn all over your face. I got to lift you up. Yeah. All right. Say hey. You see? You see how you're getting recorded? Say hello. Say hello, YouTube. Let's thank all of our new subscribers. We have some new subscribers, and we're super excited about people subscribing, right?
Yes.
Can you?
And we got some trees.
We have some trees. That's right. But this is not your video, okay? So say thank you for subscribing.
Okay.
No, you say that. Say thank you for subscribing.
Bye.
Mwah. Okay. Now you go quiet because Mommy's recording, okay? Okay, so hopefully she got her little spotlight so she won't be fighting for too much attention. So today is Soulful Sunday. No matter when you're watching, of course, every day is soulful. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about how empaths are often psychic. So I try to be very, very careful about word choice, specifically because I study psychology and I know word choice and certain words can be a positive or a negative trigger for people. And so psychic is one of those things that can get some people very excited. Taylor, that's still a little too loud. Psychic is a word that can get some people excited, and then also some people feel as though it's a negative thing, meaning their religion or their general life upbringing or belief system doesn't allow for them to believe in that type of thing. Or even if they believe that it's possible, they believe it's a bad thing. So, no matter where you come, no matter what angle you're coming from, when I'm talking about psychic abilities, what we're really talking about is intuition. And guess what? No one's afraid of intuition. People don't have judgment about intuition. But honestly, guys, we're talking about the same thing. And one of the things that I want to do on this channel is help people understand that there are a lot of things that have negative connotations or stigmas against them that don't necessarily need to have them. And it's all about perspective. For example, you know, we can say a psychic is, people who believe a psychic is a bad person or does negative things, it's probably because in the past you did have psychics who did negative things, who took advantage and were manipulative about not really having special abilities. But what you got to realize is any field and any profession can do that, right? You have doctors. We know this. We have doctors who can help people live longer and save their lives. But we have doctors who are manipulative and who care more about making sure they're writing more prescriptions and that they're getting more surgeries just for the sake of their money, right? So we can take any profession and any tool even, and we can think and examine the positive and the negative, you know? So that's my perspective. You're free to have your perspective as well. But yeah, specifically what we're going to be talking about is empaths and whether there is a connection to psychic / intuitive abilities. So I'm going to do my time check, okay? And what I'm going to do specifically is give you my theory on the matter, and then I'm going to give you some examples since I am empathic and I'm also psychic as well. So one, actually I want to start with this example of some data that you can actually look up yourself if you happen to be a skeptic. So one of the things that I love about being empathic and psychic and all this is that there's so much research, scientific research, that is now supporting mystical things or things that were considered mystical or woo-woo or whatever you want to call it. Now that the scientific approach is being brought to everywhere, it can be a part of the spiritual world, right? So I want y'all, if you're a skeptic or if you want to look up the data about intuition and military training. So long story short, there's one particular article that's awesome, but there's more. If I find it, I'll link it below if I remember. But there's multiple articles that talk about how, because intuition is being studied and they're realizing that people can sense information that isn't really logical. Like, that's the thing, and that's why people in the past wanted to discredit psychics. There was many reasons why. But it's because for a lot of people who are more logical, sometimes they don't know how to connect logic to intuition. So yeah, intuition is something that's beyond logic. It's like people can sense things and we just don't know why. You know, eventually maybe the science will be able to tell us exactly what's going on. And there are things that spiritual people like me can teach you that is what we consider scientific, a method to help you increase your intuition. But going back to the article talks about how the military is being trained to increase their intuitive abilities, specifically because they realized there were certain military leaders who for some reason knew when something was going to happen, like they sensed the future. And so when they started realizing this was a pattern amongst certain leaders, they studied those specific leaders and called it intuition, and then started teaching intuitive abilities to the others in the military to do what? To obviously save lives, right? So I think that's an awesome example of how the mystical, the psychic mystical world, the spiritual world is being bridged with science. And again, a lot of people being drawn to this channel are empaths or know an empath. And I want to quickly, as I'm doing these videos more consistently now, I want to quickly bring in the psychic stuff, because in the past, honestly, doing this video would have brought me so much anxiety because of all the negative stigma. But now I'm at the point where I'm so clear about what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm so clear about my gifts, and I'm so clear about the fact that my gifts and what I'm supposed to be doing is going to help people, and it's helping me be myself, right? So I don't have any anxiety. It's just not giving me any type of anxiety to go in front of this camera, record a video, and upload to a public platform, knowing that anyone and everyone can see this. And I want to pause there and encourage any one of you, any of you who are empathic and or psychic and feel like you're different, although different is a lot more common because there's a lot of us out there. I want to encourage you to not feel different, or if you feel weird, to embrace that. Like, I'm someone who says I am weird, but I don't feel bad about being weird. I just want to encourage you to not make it a negative thing, although the world has made some of these things negative, and to embrace who you are and to really learn about it so that you can feel good about who you are and what you have to offer. Tay-Tay, okay? So yeah, so I gave you the military example of intuition and psychic abilities. Now I want to talk about empaths and psychics. So I can say that I haven't done enough research to know what the data says about spiritual data, what other spiritual people say about empaths and psychics. But I will say, from my experience and what the information that I have came across, it seems like a lot of empaths do have these abilities. Because if you think about it, an empath is a person who can, Taylor, a little bit quiet, okay? Empath is someone who can sense the emotions of other people without trying to. Sometimes they don't even realize they're an empath. And they're also someone, you can be an emotional empath, you can also be a physical empath. And so a physical empath feels the headaches, the body aches, and random things of other people. And so just think about it. If you are able to go outside of your body, pretty much, and sense the emotions and physical sensations of other people, that's not exactly psychic, but that means that you're able to perceive information outside of yourself in ways that some people cannot. And while I say it's in a way that some people cannot, in actuality, I believe that anyone who wants to practice being more connected to other people or more psychic can. It's just that some of us do it without trying, and some of us can do it more easily. Like, you know, all of us can go out there and dribble a basketball for the most part, but who can actually go out there and, you know, make it to the NBA? Not everybody. So there's different levels of gifts, but all of us can practice. And I do want to encourage anyone who's wanting to enhance their intuitive abilities, because it's a beautiful thing. So, empaths, psychics. What is the connection? So the connection is that you're perceiving a lot of information outside of yourself, and obviously that can be, a lot of things in life can be good or bad. But I think it's a great thing. I think it's something that once you realize who you are and that you're empathic and that you're probably psychic, that you got to use these things to your advantage. And start by being really in tune with your life and knowing what you really want and what's coming your way. You know, you don't need to know everything that's coming your way, but when you have a little heads up, it really helps. And it's like, it's a lot less stress and a lot smoother, and you have a lot more time when you're able to use your intuitive abilities to make life a lot easier. So time goes by fast, and my goal is 7 to 15 minutes for these videos. So I'm going to mentally prepare to wrap it up. But the moral of this video was to connect empaths with psychic abilities, intuition, if you don't like the word psychic. Religious people might call it prophetic abilities, you know, but again, I study psychology, and I know that, yes, those words, there are distinct differences, you know, but for the most part, we're talking about someone who perceives the future, right? Who can grab the future. And I try not to get too philosophical or talk about quantum physics like I know exactly what all of that is quite yet, but I do dabble in a lot of different things. And if you look up all the data about time and quantum and the quantum world, they really are starting to show that we do live in a world that basically defies logic. Like all the logic and the science of the other fields that was like, this is fact, there's a lot of things in quantum mechanics that is proving it's not actually factual, which I brought that up because it helps support the fact that those of us who have experiences as empaths, as psychics, as people who can maybe perceive the spiritual realm, we'll talk about that in another video, it's helping us, it's helping validate our experiences, because a lot of people who are only science-based and logic want to invalidate those of us who have the mystical experience. And so I think it's awesome that we have all these different types of fields coming together. So I'm going to stop there because I could talk more, but I just want to thank all my subscribers. I want to encourage anyone new to subscribe. I don't have a ton of subscribers right now recording this video, but I am super appreciative of everyone that I do have. And I'm super appreciative of people commenting and engaging. So please be encouraged to comment below. What is your experience as an empath? What is your experience with intuition or psychic abilities? I did want to give you examples, but I'll say that for next week since that took up the 10 minutes. I'll give you two prominent examples of something that was, I guess I would call it negative, but it was actually positive because it really helped me and someone. And then I'll give you a very positive experience of how I literally knew some psychic things before they happened. And I mean, I have tons of examples that I'll give on this channel. But comment below. What is your experience as an empath? Do you believe that there is a connection between being an empath and being more intuitive and or psychic? What research do you know about people studying intuition or psychic abilities? There are some things that I've came across about the CIA supposedly using psychics. They have a word for it. Imaging, what do they call it? They have a word for it. I can't think of it. But the CIA has used them. The police have been open to using psychics who know information about murders and different things. So yeah, you all can look that stuff up because that helps people. And my mission is not to transfer skeptics to believers, but I know that skeptics will come across my channel. I used to be a skeptic, and I used to be a skeptic because although I've always been empathic and psychic, I didn't know I was. You know, I just thought that things were normal, and then I realized that I could make it happen to a stronger extent, and when that ability got stronger, that's when I obviously became a believer, and that's why I've been trying to seek out science to help people like me who are logical bridge the gap. Okay, so comment below. What are your questions? What is your experience? Share this with someone that if it's going to be helpful. And that's it. Check out my other videos if you're interested in some other information. I have Mental Health Motivation Monday. Let's Talk Tuesday is a follow-up to the Mental Health Monday. Weight Loss and Management Wednesday about me losing 50 pounds and trying to keep that going as well, primarily through intermittent fasting, low-carb cycling, and what am I missing? Those are the two things primarily. And then we have Light Vlog Thankful Thursday, which is going to be super all over the place. Sometimes you're going to see the kids. Sometimes I'm going to be telling you about my thing. The next Life Vlog Thankful Thursday is going to be pretty interesting. I'll say that. It's going to be about a little side hustle that most people wouldn't even believe you can make money off of. Yeah, so, but it's awesome. And what is my last video? Soulful Sunday. So that's 5 videos a week at the moment. And I appreciate y'all. I want to encourage anyone who's wanting to do a YouTube channel, publish a book on Amazon, be entrepreneur in some other way, go do it. Take baby steps. You don't have to do everything overnight. I've been trying to get this channel up for years, little by little, and now I'm finally doing my 5 videos a week. So just take one step at a time, okay? Be you, be happy. That's what this channel is all about, being yourself and not feeling apologetic about it, not feeling like you gotta change who you are to fit in this world. No, you be yourself and the world will bend to you, okay? Be you, be happy. Bye, guys.